Good afternoon and welcome to this edition of the Hard Talk here on Lighter TV. My name is Gudi John and today I'm privileged to host Honorable Dr. Sanya Wilson, the Mayor of Koboko Municipality, and also an aspirant for the Member of Parliament for Koboko Municipality in the upcoming elections, and that will actually be the backbone of our discussion in this episode of the show. And thanks for joining us. But first things first, Doctor. First of all, it's a pleasure having you on the show for the first time.
Thank you very much.
How is your afternoon?
Good. Very excited to be on Light TV and looking forward to the hard question for the hard talk.
Okay. Doctor, for somebody who doesn't know who Dr. Sanya Wilson is, can you put it in context? Who is Dr. Sanya Wilson?
All right. Maybe I begin with the full introduction of who I am.
Okay.
My name is Dr. Sanya Fixer Wilson. I usually keep the other one in the middle because people get there to surprise people. But my full name in my documents, in my passport, in all my academic papers is Sanya Fixer Wilson. Now, I was born on the 5th of May, 1977 at 9 o'clock. So I just made my 48th birthday on the 5th of last month. I had a mini celebration with the family, so I didn't take it beyond. Born in Koboko here. My mother comes from Arua, my father comes from Kuluba, is a Kako from here. But my father is deceased. My mother is still alive. I went to local primary schools here. I actually began my primary school in South Sudan, in a school called Rodoba Primary School during the exile. So I'm an OB of Rodoba Primary School. One of the fondest memories I have with Rodoba is that I went one day for a fundraising when I became a mayor. And I told people that today I'm a mayor now of Koboko Municipality, but I used to sit here. So the boy who was there was so excited, and we had a photo. Unfortunately, I don't, but I will show if you need it. Okay. And then when we came back in 1986, back to and then I joined Kuluba Primary School. So I was in Kuluba Primary School, but because my mother comes from Arua, because of the Western Bank front, then we were transferred. My father now gave me an opportunity to go and study at my uncle's in Arua. So I went to Idiofe Boys in Arua. I did now my primary from there, and then from there I came back and I went to St. Charles Luanga. That was in 1991 to 1994. I was in Charles Luanga. After completing my O-level, 1995-97, I went to Ombachi, St. Joseph College Ombachi. I didn't make direct to university at that time because my father died. Okay, he passed on, so school fees was a problem. My father's friends under social capital came and supported me. And I'll be very frank with you, with all the respect, it will not be very honest of me if I don't talk about it. Late Francis Ayume paid my fees. And he paid my fees because he was a friend to my father. When he came for the campaigns, my father was one of the agents of Francis Ayume who ushered him here. So when my father died, he paid my fees, but when he passed on, I lost everything. So I could not go. But there was one person called Professor now in Juba, it's called Yosawawa. He picked me and gave me a scholarship. But before that, I joined law. After Francis Ayume paid me to do law. I did law for 1 month. So when both of them passed, I couldn't continue because it was very expensive. So I came back to Keri. And then what I did was, I said to go to UCC Aduku. I just wanted to get a paper. So I went to UCC Aduku. I did what they called UBDS in Aduku for 1 year. I finished it. I came back. Is when now Yosawawa, who's now a professor, he comes from Lobule, he's a professor in Juba. He picked me and took me to Uganda Matters University. And I did there now ethics and development studies.
That's in Mukono, right?
In Nkozi. In Nkozi. I did there, but I was a very good footballer. I played inter-university games, and basically I was a very good player. You know, I was a striker, so I was very popular, and I got my job after before I could leave school. So my first job was in a washing bay. That's a job, because a job is something where you're in a payroll, you're being paid. So my first job was in washing bay. They were paying me 2,000 per every car washed. And I'm able to survive with this in Kampala. I was living with an uncle. But the condition was, you must go and work and come with bread every day.
Sure.
So I would go and wash my cars at 2,000 per car. So the more cars you wash, the more money you get. But I had a target. Every day I must save 10,000. So once I've washed 5 cars, those are 10,000. I now need to wash 1 more car to buy myself lunch. I would walk from where I work to Tula. I was working in Bwaise. And I was I had to look for ways of getting a job to come and work in West Nile. So I got my second job was with Uganda Change Agent Association. I was a regional program officer. I oversee from Pakwacha up to Ajumani, and I was based in Arua. So it was a very good job. I was able to stay with my mother, my family, and even I was still not married because I had to pay the siblings first. So with that, they decided to transfer me to northern Uganda. And northern Uganda was the most, insecure place because the regional manager for northern Uganda got killed. So I asked these people, you mean you want to take me there? Why don't you recruit somebody from there? I don't know actually. So I decided to resign. So when I resigned, it was a time when they were recruiting sub-county chiefs under Arua district. Koboko was under Arua district. So I happened to apply for a job sub-county chief, and I was recruited as a sub-county chief. That was in 2004. I now joined government. My first deployment was in Kijomoro sub-county in Maracha district now. But then it was still under Arua district. From Kijomoro, I worked only for 1 month. There was a problem in Nyadri sub-county. So I was sent from Kijomoro to Nyadri. In Nyadri, I worked for 3 months. Yes, 3 months. That's sub-county in Nyadri. Because the chairman in then of Loble sub-county does not want to work with somebody who doesn't speak Kakwa. They said, okay, let's look for a Kakwa within. So I was transferred from now Nyadri to Loble sub-county. And I worked there up to 2006. So when Koboko became a district, the town clerk in then of Koboko Town Council became the cow. So there's a vacuum in Koboko Town Council. So they advertised, I applied, and then I became the town clerk of Koboko Town Council. I worked here for up to 2008, but I was so ambitious that I wanted to become a cow. So, and the only way for me to become a cow, I have to join the district.
Sure.
So I moved away from the town council to the district, and I became an ECOW, the assistant chief admin officer for Koboko district. I was put in charge of supervision of the sub-counties. I was in charge of, then Dranya was not there. It was Loble sub-county, Media, Kuluba and Lodara. Loble was pretty later. Dranya was pretty later, and Abuku later. I used to be the sub-county chief for the entire Abuku and Loble. It was a big one. So I worked for some time, and being young, and because many people know myself, I have to be very honest with this interview, I got frustrated that they were not promoting me. People who are junior to me were promoted. So I got a bit frustrated. At the time when I was a town clerk, the mayor of Juba City then was a refugee here. He loved me so much that he loved the way I do things. So when he got to know that I had stopped working for town council, and I also left working here, so he invited me to go and work in Juba. He told me, you go there, I'm giving 1 year contract to do some work or to develop their development plan. So I went like a consultant to work for him. I would do for him his work like a personal assistant to the mayor. I made some few months, so I moved to Juba. I worked for him, then from there I also got a job with the UNOPS, and that's how I left the district to move now to Juba. So by that time my wife had now to move to Kampala from Arua, and got a good enough, also God bless her, she got a job with URA. So we have an opportunity where we can be able to feed the kids and also be together. So she moved to Kampala, now I would connect. So basically, after the job in South Sudan, I came back. So one day I was watching TV at home. I didn't have a job. My wife had gone to work. I dropped the children. My job was to take kids to school now in the morning, watch TV, read newspaper. So one day I saw the TV, Honorable Anita kneeling in front of Museveni Chamkwanzi that he wanted to contest again as the president. And when Koboko became a district, I also saw it being declared. And then I told my wife, you know what? There's an opportunity here, I'm coming to Koboko. That's how I came to Koboko. That was in 2016. And he declared my intention in one of the fundraisings in Modern. I told the people I want to come and contest as the mayor of Koboko Municipality. Because of my deeds in Lobule, was on as a Kawia town clerk, I went unopposed. That was the beginning of my career now politically. I became the mayor of Koboko Municipal, the first mayor in 2016.
Interesting story.
Yeah.
Let me bring you. You've given us a lengthy introduction.
Right.
But let me bring you here. You are the mayor for Koboko Municipality, coming through allegations.
Yes, sir.
In 2021.
Right.
Okay. Can you give us a picture? How has the journey been like from 2021 up to now? Let's look at your ups and downs in this case. You've got challenges, I'm sure, and the good part of it as well. How has the journey been like from 2021 to date?
Specifically, is it in line with the challenge of my work or challenge of what I do the elections?
No. I'm looking at from the onset of your elections up to now. How has the journey been like? Give us a picture of how it has been like.
Okay, you see, I am a very intentional person. I'm so intentional. By the time I take a move, I've thought about it. I'm so intentional. If I take a move, I calculate very well and I don't want to fail. First of all, the preamble is this: I have never lost an election. Because I'm so intentional, I research and I approach the situation. I have a picture of where I'm going and how to exit. I know how to enter and how to exit. And every time I come like this, I have plan A, B, C. If plan A first, I have B, I have to C. I've never had D. So that is me. Now, the journey, you see, when I took over, when I came for this politics, I had something that is pushing me. I asked a question. How can Koboko be like Kampala, for example? That thing keep challenging me. I asked a question. What kind of Koboko do you want? The philosophy of the Koboko we want. I started it. What kind of Koboko do you want? I keep asking. So with that, it inspired me to come and do things in a way that is very challenging. One, when I came, the challenge has been that people were not thinking long term. People are thinking short term. People are thinking operational. The mindset is very operational. It's not strategic. Okay, that's really the picture. Because you see the picture I found in Koboko Municipality when I came. The mindset was people are operational. And by saying people, I don't want to be specific, that's the picture. But I came with this idea that let us be strategic. So what did I do? I changed a number of things. A number. One, I went into making sure the things where people are taking advantage of change. One of them is Blue Dove. Blue Dove, when I came, like the leaders would just go there. Somebody picks his family, he goes and stays in Blue Dove. He stays for free, he drinks water there. So what we did was we started to lease it out and we're now making money. It was so challenging. So now the question I asked was, every time I used to get a complaint of drugs are not there, I'll come for meeting of PTA, congestions in school. I asked myself what the problem is. So I called my people, my staff, I said, you tell me, why is it that we have congestion in schools? 2, why are the drugs running out? 3, the police are telling me, security committee, there's a lot of domestic violence at water points. I realized there are so many refugees who are living with us. But government is not giving us the support. And the policy is refugees are supposed to be in the camps. That was the biggest puzzle to crack. So what I did was I started to look for answers. How can I be helped in this? Every time we go for meeting of UNHCR or OPM, they say there are no refugees in Koboko, refugees in Bidibidi. And you can see that refugees are here. We have Kakwa service for Dinka where they live. We have Kakwa service for the Bari community where they live. So it challenged me so much. The picture was, it was so hard for us to see how can peacefully coexist. It was a big one. People's mind are stuck to only us. There was no effort to look for extra funding. So what I did was, I started making noise, which for me is my strategy. When you make noise consistently, with the right package, right information, you get answers, even if there's nothing. So I started making noise that we have refugees, OPM. Until when I got the opportunity to meet an organization called VNG. VNG, I met them as the vice president in a function where I went to officiate that the mayor from Denver is a city in the Netherlands, came to Kampala, so I went to officiate them. And I got to know that actually VNG supports local governments. So I made friends with them. I gave them a keynote address about Koboko. The next month I got an email that we are going to invite you to come to Netherlands in June of 2017. And I'll tell you, my brother, that was the first time I took a flight. I've never boarded a plane, you know, from Kirina, where do you get the opportunity. So I boarded a plane to go to Netherlands. And Koboko Municipal gave me 18 million shillings as part of the ticket. So I flew, my first flight was on the 18th of June to go to the Netherlands. And when I did Netherlands, I was put to give a keynote address about the situation of Koboko. And I gave the concept, I gave the philosophy of the Koboko we want. The Koboko we want is the Koboko that's very inclusive for everybody. The Koboko we want is the Koboko that is receptive, because we're a border. Koboko district is both a refugee hosting and a refugee receiving. So we need to have a situation, a philosophy where we have to serve humanity. So basically, I chose to serve humanity as opposed to politics, because I would have made noise that we don't want refugees. But I created a trademark around myself that me as mayor of Koboko Municipality, given that I am the nearest mayor to DRC and to South Sudan, I have to serve humanity. Humanity means you serve people, inclusivity. Serving politics is where you always serve, you use the situation to politicize it. So the picture was that I needed to do something outside. And I think that situation worked for us. I don't know if it's going to be the next question. Is that we are able to get funding from out. VNG blessed agreed with me. I was asked one question, Mayor Koboko, what do you want VNG to do for you? I told them, I want you to come here and do for me a survey for the urban refugees in Koboko. I tell you, we came here, these people came here and they were puzzled. Some people were asking, we want money for garbage truck. I said, no, give me information, we'll make use of it. But before that, I called all the else ones. I told them, can you write for me all the refugees you have in your villages? These else ones wrote for me refugees. We had a form. Is what I took. And that's the file I handed over to the consultant who came from V and said, this is what I have ready-made, you do it. So from there, the rest of it is now funding are coming, all this. So the picture was not good, because we were relying 100% on the central government of Uganda funding. We didn't think about strategic, how do we get external financing. So I found Koboko without really any other source of funding. The local revenues were so low, people's attitude is operational, nobody's thinking outside the box. We're not thinking about institutional building, we're only thinking about paying of allowances, going for tour, we're thinking about airtime, you know. So there's nothing tangible that we have in our 5-year development plan. And if I look, the development is full of unfunded priorities. We want to build a school here, it's not funded, But today I'm telling you, we are funding everything. We have a lot of money. We have so many projects which have come here. It all started with the else ones who gave me those files. It went to council, who voted for me 18 million to go to Netherlands. And then from there, VNG coming to do the survey. Survey for refugees was done here. The Uganda Local Government Association had a regional meeting here. The Minister for Interior of Northern Uganda, Grace Buchin, launched that report. And that report was launched here. I took that file, I distributed to all the embassies in Uganda. The only embassy that came to our rescue was the European Union. And they came not for Koboko, they came for Arua, Koboko, and Ajumani. So we were put a task to defend ourselves. Do we really have refugees? Good enough, we had data. That's why we were able to beat Arua and Ajumani. They were able to consider us for the funding. So, Doctor, you were recently in Ethiopia, right? Yeah, in Addis Ababa, yes. Yeah. What was the journey all about? Now, I am a member representing the mayors in East Africa in the steering committee of the IGAD. Okay? So, every time there is a scientific, they call it, that was the 4th scientific conference, the one in IGAD. We had the 3rd scientific conference in Nairobi. But the second one I didn't attend because by then it was my predecessor, the chairperson. So I went to attend the fourth. It was about how do we integrate refugees in the IGAD sub-region. What's the role of the mayors? What should the mayors do in order to integrate refugees? Because IGAD is the biggest refugee generating region in the part of Africa. To speak about the role of the mayors, and I think I said the video, and I'm on my way to the US to say the same.
So is that conversion all about refugees, or it's basically about the general population?
Refugees. It's specifically because refugees have become now a challenge in urban areas. Some cities are so hostile to refugees. Some are really friendly, like Uganda as a country. Uganda is very friendly. They do open door policy, uniform policies for refugees, and that's the kind of conversation we had in Ethiopia. And the IGAD is now taking it up to see that how do we now come in and put ourselves that what's the position of the mayors in the IGAD sub-region during the annual general assembly, which is going to take place in December in the US. Yeah.
Doctor, so many people appreciate you because partly because of your developmental ideas,
right?
Your good leadership, your support.
Thank you.
And most especially also lobbying for contracts from international organizations, especially the EU.
Right.
Mention them. Has that been part of your manifesto?
Yes.
Okay.
In 2016, I didn't write a manifesto. I didn't have a written manifesto because I was just joining the government. I basically never made a promise, but I had something burning. But in 2020, I had a manifesto. Only still I had a manifesto. How I wish I could get a copy. The copy is in my office there. I had a manifesto which I wrote. And in the manifesto, I wrote a number of things that I want to do. I knew how difficult it is, but I was very determined and I had faith. I had faith and I said, I am going to work hard to make sure I achieve it. I sincerely want to thank my God so much for the favor He gave me, for the favor He gave Koboko, and for the wisdom He gave me that the people I meet really accepted whatever I tell them. You see, I wrote a very ambitious manifesto, and it's the reason people are saying Sanya is a liar. And now that I've done it, people are not saying Sanya. Nobody has come to apologize to me. I wrote in that manifesto, honestly, nobody knew about. I said, because of what is happening in Koboko now, congestion in schools, health centers, water points, what do we in the markets? What do we do? So I wrote that we need to construct 3-story buildings in Koboko to decongest the schools. I wrote that we need to go by having more classroom block, people desk ratio by having more desks, people toilet ratio by having this. I wrote about a 3-story building. I wrote about construction of the abattoir. I wrote about buying a garbage truck. I wrote about decongesting this health center and building another health center. And I want to tell you, I came and said we need to have land banking. I told people, my first council said, colleagues, I have come as the mayor. I want us to have land banking, and I want us to begin planning for Koboko now. And I told them in courts, I said, land banking will determine the future projects. Land banking will determine the future programs. So we have lands we bought. We planned for 3 health centers, Lasanga, Nyanyilia, and Yibong. In 2016, 2018, we did that planning. So when I came back, when I was telling people, give me the vote again, let me do this, and good enough people Koboko gave me the opportunity, I now went ahead and looked for how they implement this. So I went to the EU with a proper information. I had data. I know exactly the problem of Koboko. I know how to speak to them. I practiced very well. Today, funding is here. Funds were sent directly. It didn't come to the government of Uganda. It came from Brussels to Koboko Municipality account. We are among the only, thank you very much. We are among the only urban authority that has a foreign currency account. And for you to get foreign currency account, you must go to the Attorney General and get that. So this is my manifesto. 2021. I wrote this thing in 20. It was very ambitious, and I wrote myself. Everything is here, everything. And the education sector, I wrote here. In 2021, this is something which was going to finish my career politically. I imagine if I didn't fulfill this, what was going to happen? This is under education. This is under health here. I wrote even the last Sanya here. Last Sanya OPD, you know, Nyangila Health Center, garbage truck I wrote here, everything. And this thing I circulated it. I have the honor to give it to you. I circulated this thing all over. Today now, Teremunga is there, Nyangila is there, Nyarlo is there. People are keeping quiet. They should come and apologize to me. Last Sanya Health Center 3. I tell you, I want to thank the trooper. And but not only that, I want to thank the people of Koboko for the heart of having development. Many of these projects, we put them on lands that would not even pay a coin. The European said, so as evidence that this land belongs to you. Can you imagine titling a land of 13 acres, 7 acres for free because they are coming to build a health center? It happens. It can't happen in Uganda. So I want to thank the people of Koboko, even the Kakua. Thank you so much. But specifically, I want to thank the Nyangilia, the Turupa, and the Iribo in Yibongo. The Turupa gave us 13 acres of land for free. And that's when we started putting Last Sanya Health Center 3, which we began the plan in 2018. At that time, I was the mayor of Koboko Municipality. Hassan Nginya Said, he was the LC5 chairman. Honorable Anite was the MP. That's when we started this. And really the person that played the role with me very close was Hassan Nginya. He gave me support as LC5. When we went to Ajuman to defend, Hassan was there. When even the people of EU came here, Hassan was there. And the town clerk was Mangasa. I want to thank Mangasa so much. Stanislas now is the town clerk of Kamuli for all that done. But not forgetting the council and the else ones. But I did the talking. As a mayor, I am a vision bearer. I do the talking. My boss do the paperwork. They present to me, but I must be part of the paperwork so that I can understand the concept. So I've been part and parcel of the ecosystem of this EU thing, because I have to understand each and everything, conceptualize it, own it. When I present it from the original version, not somebody. So I have this manifesto. I'm now very proud, and I can say I did it. Now the biggest problem, Godi, is people are saying it's not me. Now if it's not me, it is who? Okay, if it's not me, the mayor of Koboko, it is who?
That's the question they will answer.
They need to answer.
Okay. Let me bring you here.
But I really want to thank my staff. Before bringing that, you see, you will never succeed if you don't have a strong staff.
Sure.
My staff of Koboko Municipal, they built me. My staff of Koboko have made my introduction very easy. I tell you, I can call a meeting right now, we'll do things the way I want. I give my piece, so I want it in red. They will tell me, okay, Mayor, I think we can put it yellowish. And I say, okay, let's go by it. So I have a very strong people of Koboko. If there's anything I'm going to leave, is the issue of having a very competent, committed staff. Many of my staff have master's degree. We give them to go and study. They have everything they need. So my staff of Koboko Municipal and the council were a strong point. I did say in record, and I must be in record also, is I told the people in one of them, I said, if you don't vote me as the mayor, as the MP, I know you're coming for that question, vote the councillors. If they don't vote me as the MP for Koboko Municipal, because I'll be out, let them bring back these councillors. The continuity, it will continue. Let them bring these councillors who have been working with me in 2021 to 2026 back. I tell you, even if you get a mayor who's there, the council will shape them. The staff will shape them. They will align him to think like the right way we are thinking for the Koboko we want.
Let's talk about the Mayor's Garden.
Yeah.
You started that project and it looks like the project is still stalled, like it's not functioning.
Yeah.
Why is the project not functioning?
The Mayor's Garden, I was inspired to have the Mayor's Garden by my numerous trips out of Uganda. Every time I go to a city, and the mayor, being the, of course, my portfolio, being the president of the mayors in Uganda, ESC, I always go to the Mayor's Garden. They come and tell me, tomorrow's program is, Mayor Sanya, you're going to have a cup of tea with the mayor of Arusa in the Mayor's Garden. So I will go to the Mayor's Garden, I will see the design. But then I ask myself, but Sanya, tomorrow if this mayor comes to Koboko, where am I going to take him? To the Boma ground where there are those staff? So I came back and said, I want us to have a Mayor's Garden. So we put a Mayor's Garden, which is there. The Mayor's Garden, there was no money. I lobbied for this to be like this. First of all, the fencing of the Mayor's Garden, I lobbied the money from the Ministry of Health. the Ministry of Health under the program of construction of the fecal sludge. I told this Indian, I say you the Indian contractor, we have given over 9 billion. What have you given to the community? He said, what do I want? I said, I want 3 things. 1, you renovate for me that school in the media. It's called what? There's a school near the sub-county. It's called what? There's a school that want to go to media sub-county. There's a school, primary school there. Yeah, there's a primary school near media. I said, you go there and build a toilet for them. Under corporate social responsibility. 2, you build a borehole for the community of Beng. Beng is the real does not have water. Now you're going to put a fecal sludge. And then the 3rd one is you fence for me the mayor's garden. They did all this. That's what the mayor's garden is fenced. And then there are 12 toilets to be constructed under that program of the fecal sludge. I told you put for me 1 toilet in the mayor's garden. That's why you see this toilet here, and that toilet is put in the mayor's put under that program. Now the only thing remaining is building a shed where we can have like coffee there, and we give it out.
So when are we constructing
now
the shed?
The shed is under the next financial year. We'll put money, but again the good news I can tell you is during my numerous movements we have gotten funding from the Mayor's Migration Council. They are giving us between $200,000 and $400,000. It's like 1.2 billion or 1 billion shillings. And now when this money was given to us, we did a proposal together with my staff, and the CAF helped us. We are doing a proposal of 400 million. Among them is to develop the mayor's garden. And that project we've passed now, we are now in the process of budgeting it. We are going to get money for this. And in the project that we are going to do, we're also going to get like provision of free Wi-Fi. When you come in any of the gardens, you get a free Wi-Fi.
Access internet.
And the whole thing is to attract the young people.
You're leaving office in about 2 to 3 months, in September roughly.
Right.
As the mayor. What do you expect out of your next successor?
Okay. To be precise, I'm leaving office officially on the 30th of June 2026. Because they will continue to pay my salary. My last salary of 800,000, the mayor gets 800 take home, will end on the 30th of June 2026. No matter the outcome of the position I'm going for, whether I don't make it as the MP on the 17th of June this year, or I make it, I still continue to be a mayor up to 30th of June 2026. When now the mayor is being sworn in, I must hand over now office to him, and that's when I stop. So I am still in charge of Koboko Municipal up to 2026, 30th of June, no matter the outcome of the results. If I win as the MP, I don't have to be excited I'm going to Kampala. I must continue to run Koboko Municipality up the end of 30th of June until when I'm sworn in as the MP, until the mayor is sworn in. If I'm the first to be sworn in as the MP, I have to come and also witness the swearing in of the mayor, and I hand over with a proper report of what has been done, the liabilities, the assets, and those things. So just to correct that, it's that I am still the mayor up to 2026 because they pay my salary. And they cannot pay my salary for staying home. I have to continue. And I want to hand over Koboko Municipality at a very high level. That's what you're seeing. I came here when Koboko Municipality was not clean. I cleaned it, but you can see now I want to leave when it's clean. We are going to paint the walls. Now we are paving the offices. I want to leave it in a paved way. We got money. The painting was given by Sutherland. I spoke to Sutherland. They gave me paint. We are going to paint it so it's clean. So I want to leave Koboko at a very high level because that's my town. This is my area where I've been. I will die here. If I lose, I will stay here. If I win, I will stay here. So I want to leave it at a very high level. It's the town where I will be buried. It's the town where I will be eulogized. So I have to do everything to make sure it's proper.
Doctor, looking at your term in office.
Yes, sir.
How far with your manifesto implementation since you have only days to leave office?
You see, if you look at my manifesto, the only thing I've not done is the stadium. Really. The stadium, I should have done it if Honorable Anita maybe had made it. But when people chose her not to come around, all that net connection that we had with her, because Arua Stadium was constructed with support from MTN. So since it was a means of investment, he said, okay, Mayor, we will have Koboko Stadium and a roundabout constructed under Airtel. But since he was the one in charge of that, we did the design. I tell you, I have the design for the stadium. The design for the stadium is there. The design for the roundabout is there. But now, once he lost the election somehow, I don't want to go to the details. I think he would do everything, and that connection failed. It's in my manifesto that we wrote to do together. So that's the only thing. But I'm telling you, everything that I wrote, we've done it. The garbage we bought is that. And then one thing also which I've not done is the tarmacking. We had said that we are going to look for money for working on the road, Samuel Baba Road and Transport Road for now. That's what we did not do. You know, you can't tarmac a road as a mayor, even not even as an MP. You must lobby for funding from government. So that hasn't been done, but already I have a solution. I have a solution now, really. I have a solution for fixing the tarmacking of Koboko Municipal. 2, I have a solution to solve the problem of the light in Koboko Municipal. The 3rd, I have a solution for solving the disorganization of the park, the taxi park. The 3rd one, I have a solution to solve the issue of the market. The only problem people in Koboko have is they forget that government works through processes. Government is so procedural. Government is so bureaucratic. But I'm telling you, while looking at the camera, I am telling the people of Koboko Municipality, my name's Dr. Sanya. I come from here. I love this town. It's the town that I'll be buried, the town where I'll be eulogized. My body will never be taken to Arua. It will be put here, and I am very sure I will be taken to council. You know, when you die, you become very darling. I will be taken. But I want to be taken to a council when Koboko is done properly. I have solution for the tarmacking of Koboko Municipality. Samuel Baba Road, and I'll be very specific. We are going to tarmac 50 roads. 50. Meriam Kana, Kalitao, okay, roads in Koboko Municipal. And all those roads come with this furniture, with solar street lights. And they're going to be in phases. The first one at the beginning is going to be Samuel Baba Road. The second one is going to be Transport Road. The third one is going to be Ali Kenyu Road to Upper. We are going to do Upper Road, Aliopa Road to Upper. We are going to do it from Lurujo to Repenga to Barifa. We are going to do the road from Total to Bukutu across. These are the first phases. I have the record. I will show you after here. And I want to give you these roads. You put it for people. But this road does not come because somebody loves us. You must make noise, relevant noise. Now, on the market, I want to say this. There are 18 markets that are supposed to be constructed in the whole of Uganda. In West Nile, it's Koboko Municipal Main Market and the Nebi. Nebi is not being constructed and Koboko. What is happening is, I did follow this and I found out that all the 18 markets are now before His Excellency the President of Uganda in Cabinet. He has not signed for the go-ahead to do this market. The procurement is done, the designs are all done, but he has not signed. Why? I don't know. But how did you get the market? You see, we went ahead and removed the market vendors in the taxi park. We used to have what they call the Panyamuru market in the taxi park. So because of the Panyamuru market, the main market was empty. Therefore, if somebody comes with an assessment to independent to come and assess the market, they find that I think Koboko does not deserve to have a market because there's a lot of space. So what we did was, when I got the intelligence, because of my portfolio, I get information. I attend those high-level meetings that these people are coming. We came back and sat with my team. So what do we say? Okay, now everybody goes to the taxi park. Let these people come and find an impression of congestion in the main market. We did it painfully, but we did it for the future. We did it under the philosophy, kujenga na kubomoa na kujenga. We need to destroy Koboko to build it. Okay. So we removed all these women who believe that they are making a lot of money in the taxi park and put them in the market. And today I'm telling you, Koboko is among the markets concept to be very congested to be constructed.
Let's do this. In terms of percentage, how do you rate yourself in your mayorship period, how do you rate yourself in terms of percentage? Out of 100, how do you rate yourself?
If I'm the president of mayor for 10 years, I'm not even a secondary city mayor. I compete with these mayors. That's 100%.
Okay.
And in those elections, they go for rerun, I still beat them. 100%.
Okay. No doubt about that.
Now, if mayors in East Africa, really, I don't know them.
Okay.
I just appear, I pay my $10,000 nomination, they give me the microphone, I present the agenda. The question was simple. What kind of East Africa do you need? I said two things. One, the East Africa that I need is, I want to see an East Africa where we speak the same language. That one touched the soul of everybody.
Okay.
What's the language you said? Kiswahili. That was the key things, and that's where I'm moving. At Koboko Municipal Mayor, I want to give a small balance of 90%.
90. Because
everything I did at Municipal Mayor thing. But at UAA level, 100. I have done all. I lobbied for salary increase, by the way, for UAA. The salary increment, I lobbied for it. Today, town clerks have increased salary. Town clerks cows are taking 12 million, cows 10 million. Yesterday, the town clerks had an AGM in Ginger. I attended virtually here. They were thanking me. I lobbied for motorcycles. These motorcycles, these streets are moving. I was part and parcel of the team that commissioned it in Gulu. Now, we the mayors are going to get vehicles. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be driving it. How I wish it comes today, and I drive a bit maybe for 2-3 days.
That means it will be handed to your successor.
To my successor. Okay. So the mayor who is going to come as a vehicle for all the mayors of cities and municipalities. Okay. And then I have revived UAAU. Okay. UAAU is now top. The first thing that people of UAAU will not forget me is I changed the constitution of UAAU. I changed everything. And everybody knows me for like this man here, I changed the constitution. And the people joke that if you become a president, you're going to change the constitution of Uganda. I said, no, I will not. So UAAU is now one of the best associations in the country. Started in 1959. It's one of the best. In East African community, you know. So my rating is, I am very satisfied. Okay. I tell you, even if people in Koboko don't vote me for AMP Koboko Municipality, I am so satisfied. Really, I am very proud. I have done a lot.
Oh, thank you. Well, you're watching the Hard Talk here on Lighter TV. My name is Diri, and I'm together with Dr. Sanya Wilson, the mayor of Koboko Municipality. And of course, we'll take a break. I will come back. We'll be looking at why Dr. Sanya took the bold step to run as a member of parliament or contest as a member of parliament in, of course, the upcoming election as a member of parliament, for Koboko Municipality. Stay with us. We're coming back shortly.